Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this Christmas card making project. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous Christmas card using lots of Anna Griffin goodies, little bits of embossing, and if you want to see how we colour the embossing, please watch the previous video and that will show you how we've got to the point that we did to use the embossing sheet that we used. So what we're going to do is, as always, I'm going to start with a card, run through everything I do, and I'll put in the description box below the YouTube video everything that I've used, and if I can include a link I will. I'm starting off with my favourite size. It's a 7x5 inch card base which looks like this on our cardometer. So 7x5 and that's our card. My card looks a bit odd because I've already put the first layer on the front of the card just to save a little bit of time, but we'll go back to that later. So that's how my card looks, and the first thing I'm going to do as always is the inside. Now there's a great technique coming up here and I just hope that you like it and give it a go because it is simple. It's easier than it looks. So I'm just making sure I've got a good sharp score on my card so it'll stand up nicely when we finish. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is I've taken a piece of Ivory Cardstock and I've stamped it with one of the holly stamps from, I think it was the 39 set of clear stamps from Anna. I've used Anna's green ink pad. Again, I'll put the full name down below. I think it, as far as I can remember, it was from the Christmas collection. So it was the Evergreen. Sorry. So there we go, my memory is working. It was the Evergreen ink pad. And then I've just slightly inked the edges as well, because you can use Anna's inks to distress as well as just stamp. So that's what I've done. Now that looks really pretty as it is, but I've taken it to the next stage, shall we say, where I've just taken a cutting knife and I've trimmed these sections of the holly. You can see how I've got a little bit of an opening there. So what I'm going to do is I've got a sentiment for the inside of our card and it says sending Christmas cheer. I've got double-sided tape on it and I'm just going to mat it onto a piece of dark green card. So we'll just do that and then we'll let some magic happen because this technique I think is great. I've used it before on other things, but I do enjoy showing how to do it. So I've just inked the sentiment edge a little bit and I've also got double-sided tape on the back of that layer. So now what we're going to do, if everything works perfectly, we're going to simply take that sentiment and slot it behind the holly that we've cut using our craft knife, like that, so that the holly just sits around the sentiment like that, and it just slots in at the back. So all I did, I took the craft knife and I simply cut the little side. I didn't cut anything away, I just made a slit so that the sentiment would fit. So now I'm going to add the sentiment to the inside of the card like this. And oops, it's just caught there. We'll just add that like that, and then I've got two pieces of holly, and this was from the Holiday Trimmings kit, the card kit, and I should be able to peel the back of these away and stick them on. So much for preparation. No, they're not going to go on like that, so we'll just change our minds and add little bit of glue on the back of our holly and add this to the other sides of our sentiment to give it a little bit of colour for the inside. There we go. And there's still enough room to write to and from in your card. So that's the inside of our card. So now we'll go to the outside. I've already added a layer on the front of a dark green card. I've inked the edge with the evergreen ink pad and a touch of the luminous gold ink pad from the Christmas 16 range from Anna. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use our layer of embossed card. As I mentioned before, this was just in the previous video. I showed how to make this, and it's from the Baubles and Bells collection, and it's the Scattered Holly embossing folder. I've got to admit, I'm not supposed to have a favourite, but I really do like that folder. It's so pretty, there's lots of details and there's lots of things you can do with it. Please watch the video of how to make this. I'll put a link up now so you can open the page and save it for later. But it is a good video and it's a nice easy way to make something look as though you've spent a lot of time on it. So I'm just going to position that on top of our base green card. You can see the glisten from the berries, sorry. And the next thing, I've got a border strip as well. Again, the Scattered Holly. And this is what we made in the video. And you can see the subtle glitter on the leaves, the glisten from the berries. Looks great. And I've got double-sided tape on the back of it. So we're just going to pop that across the centre of our card. So I'll just turn that bit of tape over and get that roughly straight, like so. There we go. So it's starting to come together nicely. The next thing I've got is, again from the Holiday Trimmings kit, is one of the sleigh stickers. And it's the 3D, and all you do is simply peel the back of the sticker away, like that. Couldn't be more simple. So I'm going to position this roughly here on the card, like that. And then the next thing I've got is a sentiment, and the sentiment is a sticker again, so we just simply peel the back away, and I'm going to pop that roughly there on our card. I've got two pieces of 3D holly. Again, these have got peelable backs so that you can stick them straight onto your card. And we'll put one there. And we'll do the same with the other one. Peel it away and add it to our sentiment there. And the last thing I've got is one of my little skew whiff bows, and I call it skew whiff because the tails go to one side and the other. It's not what I would call it's still a perfect bow, but a perfect bow where the tails hang down, so I call it a skew whiff. And I think these are quite pretty. I'm into these at the moment. So we'll just peel the back away. I've just put a glue dot on. If this was to send to somebody, then I would add a little bit of permanent glue onto it as well. And I'm just going to put my skew whiff bow at that side, and that is our card finished. So I'll show you the inside, which matches perfectly to the outside. The inside is just so pretty with that trail of holly running through it, and the sentiment actually looking as though it's a joint to the holly. And then that's the outside. It stands up perfectly. It will still go in an envelope even though you've got your 3D sleigh on the front. And that is such a perfect card, and you've still got that little bit of glisten from your glitter that's subtle and the gloss from the berries. So I think that's gorgeous, and I'm very happy with that, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this. If you have, please give me the thumbs up. If you've got any comments, please feel free. Remember, every Friday coming up to Christmas from now we're going to be doing Christmas. If there's anything you'd like to see, please let me know and I'll do my best. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.